There's no one creeping in this Indy alley, except for Bo and Comic Book Man.
Okay.
It's me, it's Ernest C.
Independent Comic Book News, episode 42, Toy Truck Drummer. Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for Indie Comics News here at the outhouse. And as always, we're coming to you from Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all new comics are 15% off every day for everyone, including all the indie comics that we get in. And Bo here has got news on, first up, Witchfinder. I ought to say that this is a Dark Horse heavy edition of the Indie Comics News.
Witchfinder is getting a second limited series in February called Witchfinder Lost and Gone Forever. It'll be written by John Arcudi, and it'll be drawn by the legendary John Severin.
Oh, I love John Severin.
So, Witchfinder will find himself in the middle of the Old West.
Oh, he's doing the Old West again.
He's in the Old West. Yes.
John Severin, I think the last thing John Severin did was the Rawhide Kid series.
Slap Leather!
Slap Leather. The first one, not the one that's out right now, but the first one John Severin drew after years of not being in comics. Now he's coming back to draw this, and it's in the Old West. Yes. How about that? That's cool. I hope it's much better than that crummy Rawhide Kid series.
Oh, that series was fine.
Hellboy! Hellboy the Fury is coming up.
Mike Mignola
There's
says
something you should know about it.
Mike Mignola says that once the Fury limited series is over with, he's actually going to draw some Hellboy stuff. Again, interior work.
Interior work, not just covers.
Work, not just covers, interior work. He's also written a 2-issue Hellboy limited series called The Sleeping and the Dead for one of my favorite artists, Scott Hampton, to draw. But he'll be going back into the interiors in Hellboy. He'll be doing the modern stories because the way they've got it set up is that Guy Davis and crew and Duncan Fegredo drew the older stuff. And Mignola said, okay, I'll draw some newer stuff. He also said, no more animated movies involving Hellboy, and as far as he knows, there'll be no Hellboy 3.
Oh, okay. Robert E. Howard's properties over at Dark Horse are chugging along, and they've got plans to do more stuff like Solomon Kane and others in the near future.
Bruce Jones is going to be doing a Solomon Kane limited series called Skulls and the Stars. David Lapham from Stray Bulls is going to be writing Cull the Hate Witch, and they're also going to start a brand new Robert E. Howard anthology title called Savage Sword. Savage Sword will take the stuff that they've already bought, and it'll basically mix it up with brand new stories in an 80-page square-bound format, which we assume would ship probably 3 or 4 times a year.
Okay. Dynamite Comics is doing
sucking more blood out of the
is doing the next comic book series in the Dresden Files.
Did anyone care about that one?
Well, you want to explain the whole Dabble Brothers thing to him?
Well, you know, the Dabble Brothers, they had this grand idea of doing all these comic book series. They basically went and found all these people to work with them, and then they would not pay the creators. Well, and they would lose the rights, or there would be other issues, and they'd move along, and there'd be just problems.
They would have financial problems.
They would have financial
in a nutshell, the problem with Dabble Brothers was they did a great job of producing the comics.
Marvelous
They
job
didn't do such a good job of actually getting them out the front door into comic book shops. So Dynamite Comics is taking care of the getting them out the front door part, and Dabble is still doing the books themselves, which they've always done a good job with.
So Dynamite's going to do a Dresden Files Full Moon #1. It'll basically adapt the second Jim Butcher Dresden Files novel. It'll be written by Mark Powers, and it'll be drawn by Brett Booth, who at one point was really a big deal, but now he's just sort of fallen off the face of the earth.
That's what happens when you don't hang around.
But what happens is the Dabble Brothers will produce it, but the Dynamite people will be in charge of making sure that everything is done business-wise, and they all get their checks.
That everybody's happy on the production
financial end of it.
On the financial end of things. Last story we've got is True Blood. True Blood number 2 is shipping this coming week, the 18th. The 18th. Yes, the 18th. Is shipping the 18th. Number 1 is sold out everywhere except for Alternate Reality. I still have many copies here at the store because I knew this was going to be a hot book. But it's sold out everywhere else, and because of that, it is
getting a second print.
That's right.
Which will have a J. Scott Campbell variant cover.
It'll be a mirror cover. I think they're taking
a mirror cover?
Well, I think they're taking an existing variant cover, and they're just going to flip it. So it'll be the reverse of what originally shipped. So if this was it, she'd be on this side. It'd be the same cover. It'd be the same cover. Except
my gosh,
it'd be the same cover except like looking at it in a mirror.
That's not going to get me to buy it.
That's wow. If you've never got True Blood and you want to get a copy, that's what it'll have.
And come in and get number 1. We got.
Or come down to Alternate Reality and pick up number 1 because I've still got number 1s. And that's it. We're done. We're finished.
They're
We're out of
drizzled
here.
with blood, you know.
We're finished in the Indie Alley with Indie News, but you can go to the store's website and check out more Indie News that he sends me that I post up. And Bo,
Yes.
Where can they go to find the website?
They can go to the internet where Sarah's hanging out and giving out free cheese.
What? www.myalternatereality.com.
So stop off at the store's website and check out all of the Indie News that he sends me that I post up. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man.
And Bo waiting for my government cheese. Where is it? Where is it?
You know where it is.
Saying bye. It's our 16th anniversary here at Alternate Reality, Sweet 16, and we're having our anniversary sale from the 15th through the 21st this month here at the store. Now, what does that mean? That means half off all back issues and 25% off all statues and action figures and 20% off everything else in the store for that whole week, the 15th through the 21st. So stop on down. Don't miss it. We only have an anniversary celebration once a year, and it's coming up soon.